Hello everyone, it's Finance Eddie, and today Bitcoin is finally ready to hit the 70,000 mark. Let's go straight into the charts and I'm going to show you everything about it, as well as share one crazy bit of fundamental news. Some big institution is making a huge purchase of Bitcoin and you're never going to guess who, so make sure you watch to the very end where I'm going to reveal that. So let's get right into it. On the chart, we have a rising wedge forming here, which is very significant because this pattern started, if you take the top touch point, all the way back in the 15th of March, which is almost a full month ago. It is now the 12th of April, so this pattern is extremely significant. We have many touch points on the top, we have 4 touch points on the bottom, and guys, look, so I zoomed in a little bit. You see we had a massive breakout, we came back down, we retested this, and we are now breaking above the previous point. We have retraced a little bit, but I would say now, exactly now, is the moment to open a new trade. And this is actually the first new trade that I've opened in almost a full month. So I am very confident about the signals here. We had a volume confirmed breakout of a long-term 1-month pattern, as well as a break above the previous resistance point on the breakout. Guys, if you want to know the price target for this, well, I mentioned it in the intro, but if we pull it from the top of the pattern to the bottom of the pattern and right around where we broke out, well, let's see what that gets us to. All the way up to almost exactly 70,000 US dollars. And guys, that's not the only pattern which is pointing to this. Let me show you what else is positive in the charts for Bitcoin. We have as well, of course, the lovely EMA ribbon, which we know when the 13-day EMA crosses back over the 50-day EMA, this is an extremely bullish sign for Bitcoin and is almost always predicted a new leg towards the upside. And, well, a couple of days ago, the 13-day EMA, which is the lightest yellow line, has crossed over the 50-day EMA, which is the red line. And this is, again, a bullish sign that we are going to break out here towards the upside. And guys, that's not all. Let's take as well the Fibonacci retracement. Now, as we see, this is an almost perfect confluence with the golden ratio here, the 1.618, which is pointing to 69,175, almost in perfect confluence with our target of 70,000. Guys, 2 points of confluence, plus the EMA ribbon flashing bullish, plus this being a 1-month-old pattern. This is the time to go out. We have all the signals coming in. We have volume coming in compared to the previous weeks. We have a confirmed breakout now. We have multiple things pointing to the same target. We have confluence in the charts. This is the moment to get very bullish on Bitcoin. And guys, let me flip this camera back around. And guys, there's one more thing in the charts I want to show you. But before that, let me give you the fundamental piece of news that I'm starting to hear running around. And it's quite a crazy rumor. And that rumor is that Walmart will announce in May, when they release their quarterly results, that they have purchased $1 billion of Bitcoin. Guys, if Walmart is now getting into Bitcoin, guess what that means? Well, all kinds of blue-collar workers across the board will be able to shop for their groceries in Bitcoin going further, right? If they're going to buy Bitcoin, they're also going to enable Bitcoin payments. And what if, like Tesla, they decide, hey, anyone who makes a Bitcoin payment, we're actually going to hold on to that Bitcoin and not directly transform it into US dollars. Well, that means now the biggest grocery store in the world, I think, is accumulating Bitcoin for the long term. This is, again, crazy, as well as opening up the doors to a huge amount of new customers, right? Literally everybody who shops at Walmart. And you might be wondering, well, Bitcoin has slow processing fees, blah, blah, blah. Well, if they have $1 billion of Bitcoin, they can actually set up their own way of processing Bitcoin internally through Walmart, where if you actually put your Bitcoin on your Walmart Bitcoin wallet, well, then you can actually use it and pay for Bitcoin at the moment that you get to the cashier on checkout. So there's also solutions around that, just how PayPal has enabled merchant processing with Bitcoin. It works pretty much in the same way. So PayPal actually processes the Bitcoin payments on its own PayPal network and not through Bitcoin. And what it shows is that because there is so much demand and so much adoption happening, these companies are actually willing to find solutions for what some people say is the limitation of Bitcoin. And I say some people say because it's only a limitation until they decide to change it, right? The Bitcoin network is being upgraded quite regularly as well, something that maybe people don't know. So let me show you then the last thing in the charts that I found. And if you stayed this long, thank you so much. Make sure you smash up that like button so YouTube shares this with more people. And if you want to get more content like this all the time, I have so much content to put out this week. Please go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get all of these videos. Let's hop right into the weekly chart. Now guys, this might be the first time on this channel that we have gone into the weekly charts, but this is actually very important. I redrew these lines a little bit to fit the weekly pattern a bit better. So what we see here is, again, we had pretty much the same rising wedge, but what's important here is not so much the price target, because you have a lot of fluctuation there, and this price target, well, let me pull it anyway, because it's quite close to what we had before. This price target would be taking us to about 73-ish thousand US dollars. So we had 69, we had 70, we had 73. Let's just say that probably around the 70,000 mark, because that's where the psychological barrier will be, is our new short-term price target, which is crazy to say because that would be a pump of approximately, and let me grab it all the way to about 70,000, a little bit lower, which is a measured price move of 17%, which is huge, guys. If this is our short-term price target, it does mean that in the next 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks at the maximum, we would be getting a gain of another 16% on Bitcoin. If you leverage that even a little bit, well, you're going to sit at another nice 100% gain. And guys, the reason why this is so important here, this candle specifically here, is that we have broken out of this rising wedge on the weekly pattern with Bitcoin, and we have a new weekly candle which has shown up here above the rising wedge. It means that we do have a breakout of this on the weekly charts. So guys, what did we learn today? We learned that we have a rising wedge pattern on the hourly patterns, which is pointing us towards about the 69,000 to the 70,000 US dollar mark. We have our Fibonacci retracement levels, which are pointing to around the $69,000 mark. We have as well a breakout on the weekly, which is pointing to, again, pretty much the same price target. It's a bit more optimistic even, but let's stay around the $70,000 price target, because that's where the psychological barrier will be. And lastly, but definitely not least, we have as well Walmart coming in and starting to buy Bitcoin, which we will find out when they release their quarterly reports, which is very soon, probably in May. And we as well have the EMA ribbon flipping bullish. This is why I have opened my first new trade in like a month, and I'm banking on all of these signals actually going up. As always, guys, remember, not financial advice. Please do your own analysis, but I do like to share my journey with you. And guys, if you got smarter with me today, please reward me by hitting that subscribe button so that you guys get more of these awesome videos all the time and make this community the best YouTube community out there. Thank you guys so much for participating, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!